Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with the first part of the playthrough showing Hellboy, the board game. Like I said in my overview video, these types of games are my guilty little pleasures, and I finally had a chance to actually sit down and play it, so I'm going to record it for you guys, for whoever enjoys it. We're going to start off right into our mission here. I'm not going to go over the investigation. I did that in the overview, so we'll just get jumped in here. Remember, when it comes to our guys, that each one of them has 3 cube actions they can spend for a multitude of different actions. There's a little summary on the back of the rule book that goes over the round summary. We're not going to start with the enemy phase because obviously there are no enemies, so we go right into our agents. And we have the usual basic actions of move, fight, which is your melee fight, shoot, examine, which is where we're trying to find clues, interact, where we'll interact with whatever is interactable, and clear, and you'll use that to like get rid of things like frog swarms or infernos, right? So you guys will see those here in a little bit. But you do have some free actions, and one of those is explore. And what that basically means is to open a door and show an area you haven't been in. Now, when I say area, that's their reference to one of these little squares. So this is an area. This large tile has 4 areas in it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the smaller tiles here have 2. And then the one we're starting in on is 1. So when it comes to rules that involve agents being in an area, they're referencing one of those individual cubes. So we're going to start off doing a free action, so we don't have to spend one of our little cubes down here to do that. And it really doesn't matter who does the free action. It's all going to be the same. But it's going to be to open this door and reveal what's going on in here. And that's where we get into our encounter cards. I didn't show a whole lot of this previously because I didn't want to spoil it for the game. But now I can actually get into it, and you see how it shows 4 different items. And they're going to start closest to you and then go around clockwise. Or if it's just a 2 area thing, you'll put 1 and 2 here, and then like 3 and 4 here. If it was just this, like one of these little hallways here. So for this, we know that we're going to have a minion B in area 1, which is going to be closest to us. Minion B, we can tell, is Transforming Frog Monster, which is one of my badly painted little frog monsters here. Some of these, I'm going to go back and like hit them with a wash later on and touch them up. But this was just a real quick down and dirty paint job for the enemies. Like I said, for my main heroes, I went for a good job on those guys. Forbidden Tome. So that's a specific thing of scenery. I think I actually had that one sitting out. Yep. That is this piece here. That's going to go there because some of the scenery can be interacted with. Forbidden Tomb is one of them. So if you have a special thing of scenery, you can interact with it. It's actually listed down in the rulebook. I wish they actually had it listed somewhere else so you didn't have to dig into the rulebook. Scenery for number 3, which is going to be here, is scenery 1. So that just means a scenery that is size 1. Let me grab one of those. All right, so I randomly grabbed out a single piece of scenery there that can be used to like throw it or throw someone into it. And then Minion C. Minion C is going to be a venomous frog monster. Ooh, those guys are bad. One of the ones that has a little red tongue here. These guys can actually spit at you and attack you from range. So we'll put this here in our discarded area. Now, we've got the room set up. It's got a couple enemies in it. And I want to absolutely take out this venomous frog. This guy, he can do some damage to us from range. But there's a transforming monster here. So what I'm kind of thinking is that I can use some of my guys here to shoot the transforming monster out of the way, because if I try to shoot the venomous monster, I actually get a downgrade for shooting through the transforming monster. Like as an example, Abe here, he shoots very well. He shoots using the red dice. So I would normally use the 3 red dice, and you'll always roll this blue die, which can have special effects to that are specific to the individual investigators, give you a reroll or double something, or there's actually a bad thing, which is like this one, if you're doing an attack action, will cause the highest die that you rolled to be canceled out. So you really want to avoid the skull if possible. But the thing of it is if there's someone in the way like that, I lose one of my red die and have to roll an orange die instead, so it weakens my attack. I don't want to have that happen. So like I said, I think I'm going to shoot this one, and then I can have Hellboy run in and beat this guy into the ground. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to try to do that, because even if he doesn't kill him, that way I can potentially, be in his hex. That way his melee attack is weaker than his ranged attack. So let's have Abe. We're going to spend 1 cube here. Abe's going to perform an attack. We're going to roll some dice. And let's see, do I want to upgrade one of these? Yeah. Let's upgrade the attack. And I can use his own die, so I could spend an extra die. Or I could spend it from others. So I'm kind of thinking I can spend an extra die of his to do that, because he can just move in on the following turn. And then I want him to do some investigations, so I might have her help. Okay, so we'll do that. She's going to spend that. That's going to give me 2 upgrades. So I get to upgrade to 2 of the best dice. Black dice have 1 red die left, and that's going to be my attack. All right, so I'm spending 3 cubes on this attack. That's a lot, but I really want to kill this transforming monster off. So let's see what we get. Come on. Ooh, I got 1 reroll. And let's see, that's 4 damage. Which one should I reroll? I think I'm going to reroll the red one, because there's a chance I can get better than a 1. So let's see what we get there. 2. Okay, I'll take it. That is going to be a total of 6 damage coming through. So then we just have to look at the transforming frog monster, right? His resilience is a 1, which means that's like his armor. 1 damage is going to be canceled off the top. So from our 6, that gets dropped down to a 5. So 5 damage into his 4 health. Bam, he's taken out in 1 shot. Blah. Definitely like to see that. Okay, so now we can move to our next, and I definitely want to get this guy taken out. So let's see, we'll spend 1 action cube from Hellboy. 1 action cube spent for movement can give you 2 areas of movement, except for Abe. He actually gets to go 3. He's a little faster. So Hellboy's going to go 1, 2. He's going to move in here directly with this venomous frog monster. And I gotta say, I really do think I did good on Hellboy as far as his paint job is concerned. I mean, it's not like the best paint job I ever did, but I think it came out pretty decent. So he's going to try to take him out. Now I have 2 cubes left, and I've got this ancient blade, which gives me 1 free upgrade with melee attacks. So if I do the big right hook, that gives me 3 additional damage, and I get to hurl him. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend the 2 to do the big right hook, which gives me 3 bonus damage right off the bat, and I'm getting a free upgrade. So with his melee attack being all red, that means his melee attack is always going to be 2 red and a black straight off the bat. And he can't get any other upgrades going on from it because no one else is in his area. So that's all right. We'll roll this. I think this is going to work pretty well for us. Come on, big money, big money. Nope. Is that? Ooh, that was close. I was like, no, don't do that. I thought it was a skull for a sec. Okay, so that's not enough yet. That's 4 with 3 bonus, so that's 7. I think we need a little more damage. Let me check what this BPRD symbol is going to be for him. Okay, so this is basically a wild. I can use it for any other symbol that's on there, or I can use it to double a die that I got. So let me think about what's the best that I can do here, because I could double this to a 6. Yeah, because if I double this, use this as a double, doubles this to a 6, that gives me 7 total for the roll, plus 3 for the bonus that I get. That's 10 damage. That should be more than enough to do that. So that's what we're going to do as his attack. That's going to be doubled. 10 total damage. And Venomous Frog Monster has 2 resilience and a health of 6. So it means 8 damage going through against his health of 6. Yeah, he gets hurled, but it's like, done. Taking him out in one go. All right, so looking at our guys, Hellboy is done. He spent all of his. Abe has 1 action cube left. We'll probably use that just to move to get him ready for which direction I'm going to go. And see, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out which direction am I going to go, because I think my best bet is to stick together. I'll complete the mission quicker, but I'll have a lower amount of these little tokens that'll help me for the boss fight, more than likely. But I think maybe doing an examination here on this, because I think that'll get us some clues. Yep. All right. So with the Forbidden Tomb, you can take and do an interact action, and you can get a chance to roll just the blue die. And on a skull result, it moves the impending doom track forward, which is bad because that gets the boss here sooner. But if you roll a hit or a double hit, wherever that is on their double hit, then you get that many movement up on the information track, which we definitely want to get. So I'll probably just have Liz interact with it because she's got a couple of cubes left. So we'll spend both of those. One to move. Boom. Boom. And then we're going to spend the other to roll our die. Okay, so I was looking at it here, but the examination's not going to matter. I was thinking I was going to have to roll the other dice, but we're not going to have to do that. We're just rolling the blue die for this. There's no examination roll for it. So roll it and BPRD symbol. So nothing. Oh well. Not a huge deal. At least it didn't move our track backwards. But I don't think it gets removed, so I think I can continue to try to interact with that thing. Yeah, it's not showing that it gets removed, so I can try again. I think we will have Johan go for it. We don't have any clues yet that he can investigate, so we'll just have him do that. So let's spend a couple of cubes of Johan's, and he's going to have one left. There's not much I can do about that. 1, 2, we'll move him there, and he's going to take... One was for the move. The second was for the interaction. We will have him interact. Hopefully he can get the double. Move it up. And he got a reroll. All right. Actually, yeah, let's spend his last cube. We'll have him interact with it again. See what we can get. Come on, big money. Big money. And reroll. Actually, yeah, we'll spend the reroll for the reroll. I just realized that. Yeah, it's a reroll. I can reroll it. Should have done that a second ago. There it is. Got the double. Yay! Okay, so let's move this up by 2. So now one more movement and I can get up to that B, which is where I'll actually start gaining some extra tokens for the effect. And we'll spend our last cube for Mr. Abe Sapien, and we'll move him here too. Since all 3 of my guys are located here and Hellboy's just the one that's down there, we'll go the top route over in this direction to see what happens. All right, so it shows it here. It doesn't give a description for the Doom phase. Well, actually before that, after we complete our agent phase, which we just did, you go to the rest phase. But the rest phase is optional. It's only able to be taken though if there are no enemies on the board, and then you get a chance to freely investigate and heal and do some stuff like that, secure and all this other crap. But we don't need to do that right now, and there's no need, because if we do, it guarantees that the Doom track's going to move up by 1. So there would be no reason, because we'd still have to take a Doom phase. So right now, with none of our guys being hurt, and we're basically we would just be wasting one of our tracks on the Doom phase. So we're going to skip the rest phase. We're going to go straight to the Doom phase here, and all that is flipping a card on our Doom track here. So let's see what happens. This is carelessness causes fire. No! Advance the impending Doom track, of course. Then use target priority to choose an agent. Put an Inferno in that agent's area. If their area already contains an Inferno, the chosen agent suffers 1 damage instead. So we're going to take and place an Inferno right here in Hellboy's area, because this is the threat track currently. All right, so we are in the end phase currently. We do get to get back all of our cubes for the next round. All right, put all these back on the board. All right, and now we have to actually resolve any Infernos and or frog, little frog piles as well. We don't have any of the frogs to worry about, but we do have an Inferno thanks to that damn Doom card. And for each Inferno, you've got to roll a red die. On a blank result, it goes away. On a numbered result, the guy or whoever's in that area will take that much damage. The good thing is Hellboy only takes 1 fire damage no matter how much is rolled. And if it's a 3, it will spread. So let's hope that this is a blank because I don't want Hellboy burning. That is what I am talking about. We got lucky on that one. We got the blank. So we'll pull this off. Little fire popped up and he just stomped a little paw on it and took that shit out. All right, so we're going to take and continue on. We're going to do our free action here and open up that door so we can see. We're going to draw another encounter card to see what is in this room. Ooh, Frog Swarm and Minion C in the first part and Minion A and Clue in the next part. All right, so let me grab a Frog Swarm here and Minion C. Minion C is another venomous frog monster. That's going to be there. Minion A is a rampaging frog monster. He's going to be there. And a Clue. All right, please forgive me since I have not painted the Clue markers yet. I forgot to get to those very quickly, so I apologize for that. They do not have Clue tokens in this game. If you get just the base game, it's Clue tokens. Or if you get the Kickstarter version, it has little miniatures for the Clue tokens instead. So we can interact with that Clue and potentially get ourselves up. If we get a couple of moves up with that Clue, then we'll actually start gaining some of these tokens, which will help us again when we get into confrontation and we flip this board over, and we can use those tokens to give ourselves upgraded dice attacks against the boss. So let's place this here and get ready for our attacks. All right, so one of the neat things about Liz is that she's very good at attacking at range 2. You can tell by her red skill for the ranged combat, but she has her little living flame card over here. And for 1 cube, she can do a flame blast, which will add the damage over here. And it potentially causes them to take flame damage as well and cause more infernos, which can be hit or miss. But right now it's kind of low. I can spend cubes to bump it up a little bit, right? So I can spend a cube to advance the living flame marker by 2 if I wanted to, which you guys see will bump it up to +2 damage. And if I did it again, it'd be +3 damage. If I did it again, it'd be +5 damage. But there's a bad side to this card as well that causes her to take damage and others around her to take that damage. So we don't want to have her like explode into fire yet. So I think I'm going to save the flame for now. We're just going to have her do some shooting. Because what I'm thinking is I've got all these guys, they can shoot. Johan's not really here for combat. He's not very good at that. He can do my investigations on these clues. But if I have these guys shoot, they can take out the venomous monster. Then if I need to, I can have him move forward a little bit and shoot into this guy and then have Hellboy move up into his area and potentially take him out with a big right hook if I have the points left. So we'll start with Liz. We'll have her shoot into the venomous monster. I'm going to do just the one on the attack. That way I can save as many as I can. I really want to take them out, and I would hope to have some cubes left to get rid of that frog swarm as well. All right, so let's roll for her attack. Ooh, doubled it. Doubled it. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We can double one of those to 4. All right, so that is 8 total damage in one single attack. And for a venomous frog monster, -2 gives us 6. Another kill right off the bat. Blam. I'm actually getting very lucky here. Normally, we're not just one-shotting everything, but my playthrough is going very well this time. Hopefully, it will stick that way. All right, so for 1 cube, I got rid of him. I could have Abe move up and perform a ranged attack onto him. That way he's weakened when Hellboy comes up. So yeah, let's do that. Do I want to have him just move 1, or I could have Liz do that, move up. Ooh, and I just realized I forgot to move my Doom tracker earlier, so we'll move that up there. Got it. All right, so we'll have Liz. She can move up to there and interact and get rid of this frog swarm. And then Abe can move up and shoot at least a couple times. Okay, we'll save one of... Okay. Let's have Abe do it first, just to see what happens, because I don't want him to have it melee, so we'll spend 1 cube for Abe, and then we'll spend another to perform a ranged attack. He can do a precision shot to avoid anything else that's in the way. Oh, wait. Hold up. Let me redo that, because that frog swarm will reduce the attack. Yeah, okay. We're going to have Liz move up first. We'll spend both of hers. She's going to move up and interact to get rid of the frog swarm. I have to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be downgrading my attacks, and I don't want to do that. So 1 to move Abe, and then 1 to perform the attack. And we'll just do it that way. That way, I can potentially attack again if need be. All right, so ranged attack with Abe. Rolling. Ooh, and I got a reroll. That's 6. We'll re-roll this 1. Red one here. Hopefully I'll get a higher number. 1. All right. Still 6. Oh, I set it there. So 6 from... He's a rampaging frog monster. 2. His health is 6. So he only takes 4 damage. So... we'll set a couple of damage tokens left next to him to know that's what he has left, just so I have less that I have to worry about. So we'll spend Abe's last cube to perform that attack again. Or, yeah, we'll just do that. That way Hellboy can just focus on moving up and then potentially helping Kraus do the investigation. All right, so last one. Ooh, that is close. All right, that got him. 2 blanks was real bad. That 2's getting taken away because of his resilience, which leaves 3, and he had only 2 health left. So that does take out our rampaging frog monster. So we are good there. Now I still have all of Johann left and all of Hellboy left. So if Hellboy moves up, let's move these little tokens out of the way. Hellboy goes 1, 2, and then 1. So that's 2 of his tokens, or 2 of his action cubes. And then we're going to spend 1 more helping Johann do his investigation, because Johann's going to go 1, 2 for a cube. And then spend 2 more to upgrade it. So he's got 3 upgrades. 1 from Hellboy, 1 from himself. Or 2 from himself, so he can roll all black dice for this investigation. I want this investigation to go as well as possible. He's investigating this clue, and I want it to go as absolutely best as possibly can go. Oh, actually, I can save one of these cubes, because Hellboy, when he helps someone do an investigation, his special ability allows it to upgrade 2 dice. So only 1 dice will have to be spent by Johann to do that. And when testing examine, spend a BPRD result to advance the information track in addition to other effects. So if I get that result here, it advances the information track regardless of what he rolls. So we really want to get a 6+ on this roll as much as possible, but it would be great if I rolled 6 on the black dice and this. Actually, exactly what I got would be like a perfect roll right now for these guys for this investigation. But let's do this. See what we can get on our clue result. Come on, big money, big money. Hold on. What does this do? Ancient text. I forgot he does have this. When you roll the BPRD symbol when testing examine, advance the... Oh, this ancient, I forgot I gave him this too. So that combines with this thing. So if I roll a BPRD symbol while doing an investigation with Kraus, it actually will move it forward twice. That is freaking awesome. Okay, so let's roll here. Come on, big money, best investigation possible. Oh no, I so wanted that BPRD symbol, but we did get an 8 on our result, which is more than enough to move us forward. When it comes to doing your investigations, I think it's like 1 or 2 doesn't move it at all. 3 to 5 will move it up 1, and then 6 plus will move it up a couple. So we are moving up a couple results on this, which means we have passed B. So let's show what B is doing again on this case file. All right, so you're going to put a reaction marker on this card. You put it on 3 on the information track. Once the information gathered marker has reached the trigger marker, place an insight on this card for each additional space it advances. Do this as long as the card is in play. A maximum of 8 insights can be placed on this card. When the confrontation begins, move the insights to the confrontation board, then flip this card. Those are those bonuses that we can get. So these are our little insight tokens. We'll grab up a couple of these and we'll throw them on here. We can have up to 8. I don't think I'll get 8, but hopefully we can get close to that. So that investigation worked very well. We'll take our clue marker off because we have completed that. And like I said, I've got 1 cube left for Johan, but I don't think I can do anything with it. If he were down on his ectoplasmic stability, this little special ability that he has that allows him to like possess or do a projection with himself, I could use that to increase his stability, but I don't have to worry about that. So we're not going to worry about anything with his last action because I don't want to open this up and explore here just yet. If I do, I'm just opening myself up to potential attacks from the enemy. Right now, there's no enemies. I can do a rest phase. We don't have to worry about it. So the next one, I can just open up this room. And this is why I'm kind of sticking my guys together, because yes, I could investigate both of these hallways and find more clues and get more stuff, but I just don't think that I'd be able to kill the enemies off. Like you saw here, working together, I was easily able to kill off all the enemies. But if I split up, I would not be able to kill them off. I would have to spend everything just trying to weaken them down. One bad roll, they'd still be there. So this way, as well as I've been doing on the investigation as well, I don't have to worry about it. We can just jam up here, get to these special encounter cards, and then find out what we have to do to investigate and find out who the bad guy is. I don't know who the bad guy is yet. I've got a feeling it's going to be the Rasmussen guy, because it's been like the big frog monster previously, and I don't think we're fighting the big frog monster in this. And I don't think it's going to be the tentacle monster either for this investigation. So it's got to be like Rasmussen or Rasputin or whatever his Russian name is for the boss here. But we'll have to wait and see what happens on that. Let's burn out real quick with our Doom phase for this round, and then we'll pick up again on the next video. Doom phase. Times a waste and advance the Doom clock. So you'll have a lot of those cards in it. Not a big deal. So you see this thing's moving around. It's basically like we have that many rounds. Once it hits A, that's when we're going to trigger that card. And that card basically means flip this over and start the bad guy phase where we fight the boss. We'll just have to see who that boss is going to be. All right, so you guys stay tuned. I will have the next video up soon. I gotta say, I like Hellboy. And I'm kind of agreeing with what some people were saying with the amount of investigators you take, that with, I would almost think 3 might be like the right amount, depending on players, of course. But 2 seems to be enough to like kill the enemies without doing a whole lot of investigation. But if you have 4, you're able to kind of blast through the regular enemies until you get the boss. And then if you've got a hard boss, the boss can kill off your guys. Like 2 guys from the reviews that I've read doesn't seem to be enough to take out the boss, but does seem to be enough to kill off the normal enemies that you encounter along the way. But we'll just see what happens in this playthrough. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.